You need to like a genre to review games of that genre. GameSpot gave Lord of the Fallen a mediocre review. I think at 5 out of 10. And if you look at the comments, they've been roasting the reviewer, saying that it's not fair, or the reviewer doesn't like the genre. Therefore, having that reviewer review the game is unfair to the game and unfair to the audience, to gamers, and so on. So do their claims have any merit? Do you need to like a genre before you can review it? Well, some of their claims do sound reasonable. So for example, if you like the genre, then it means you are part of the target audience. So your impression should be a reasonable indicator of how the general audience would react to the product. And if you are reviewing a genre you don't like, then you can review the game poorly and mislead or result in some gamers who would otherwise like the game not being able to play the game. However, if you review a game with genre you are a fan of and you do not state your bias, you will mislead people who are not fans of the genre to try the game based on unanimous glowing reviews. And that way you can almost think of it as robbing or stealing the gamers of their $60, now $70. I speak from personal experience when it comes to this, because I am not a fan of the Souls-like thing, but because the coverage regarding Sekiro was not covered from the perspective of people who don't like the Souls-like. So I thought, alright, let me go and try the game here. I don't like it, and it is because of that why I'm not touching Elden Ring despite its glowing praise and whatever. But you see, I had to learn from experience, and that was not fair to me. There was a gaming company or gaming publication called EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly, and what they did is each review actually had each game had 3 reviews. And I think what they tried to do was to get someone who likes the genre, someone who is apathetic toward the genre, and someone who does not like the genre to review the game. That way, you will more likely be aligned with one of these 3 people, and you would have a better indication of how you might receive that game. So I think it's best if we go back to that route, because people, they need to have their review, their subjective opinion validated by strangers halfway across the world who don't know you exist. So just stating your bias alone isn't enough for these people, because even if the guy here who reviewed Lord of the Fallen on GameSpot said, look, I am not a fan of Dark Souls or whatever, people will still cry and complain. That's always not fair. So if that is the case, then I think having multiple reviews on the same game will be better. Sometimes you can not like a genre and not be that keen on a genre, but then the game does enough well that you still find it fun. That was the case with me and Need for Speed Most Wanted. I am not the biggest racing fan. I am fairly apathetic toward the whole genre, but Most Wanted is one of my favorite games of all times. So that was just a quick video because I came across this GameSpot article and I saw the comments saying basically if you don't like the genre, don't review it. And I do think there is merit in someone not liking the genre and reviewing the game, especially if you are paid for it, as long as it's clearly stated your stated bias. And if that is the case, have multiple reviews for each game.